What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy from Uppercut. Learning how to use my video setup, and I thought it'd be fun to make a video about how I use Reaper and how I've customized some key strokes and some stuff like that to just make it even more awesome than it already is. If you haven't made the switch to Reaper, maybe this will show you a little bit about why I did. Let's dive right in. Ah, both cameras working. Woohoo! Party on, Wayne. Anyway, okay. First thing you're going to want to do is get the newest version of Reaper. It's free for 60 days. You can evaluate forever. Don't be one of those dudes. I paid after a week. It just blew me away. Made me feel kind of dumb for buying all those other DAWs and spending thousands of dollars, literally, for a long time. Longer than I'd care to admit. You're also going to need Reapack, which is also free and just full of free stock plugins that'll blow your mind. Here is an extension that makes certain things work, mainly keystrokes, which is mainly what I'll be showing you. So you'll need to download this as well. There'll be links for all of this stuff underneath. Give me a like and a sub while you're down there. All this stuff, if you find it useful at all, please help me out. To have a song to work with today, just to demonstrate, I'm downloading a song from Cambridge website, Cambridge Music Technology. There's a link to that below also. The name of the song is Deny Control. You just go to the website and scroll down to the rock and metal. You'll click right here where it's blue, and that'll go to wherever it'll download. I'm sorry. You want the full multi-tracks right here where it's blue, 35 tracks. You download that and this unmastered mix. That should pop up wherever you download your stuff to. So right here you can see we have everything that goes with this. Cool thing about Cambridge, they also send you this README file that has all the info. Dark Ride, Deny Control. You can use this for promo, which is what I'm doing right now. It's at the bit rate that I work at, 124 beats a minute. So let's get started. Now let me open that back up. First thing I want to do is copy this piece right here. That'll come in handy in just a second. So I open up Reaper. Boom. I will go to Save Project As. Paste what I just copied. Dark Eyes. Deny Control. Have it set to create subdirectory and copy all media files into the directory. Save. That's ready to go. Now we go back to where we have our files saved. I will grab the reference track also, go up to the top and push Shift, and click the top, and it should all be highlighted. This is one cool part about Reaper. It's just drag and drop. One on separate tracks. It's copying all the stuff into the folder that we set up earlier. That way everything's in one spot. Boom. All tracks. That took seconds. That's disturbingly easy. So as you can see, we got all of our tracks lined up here. I'm going to solo this out and bring it down a little bit. It is the reference track. This is basically what we're trying to mix and make ours sound like. Got a little intro here. These guys are awesome. Yeah, these guys are awesome. They're a lot of fun to mix, and it'll give you a lot of good practice. If you're into this stuff, the only way to learn is by doing it. So I'm going to mute that and pull the volume down in case it gets unmuted. Now I'm going to select all of the other tracks, click that one, go to the top, shift click. I'll bring those all the tracks down. See how they're all selected and all moving together? I'll bring all of them down around -10. That way when I push play, Doesn't blow my ears out or yours. These are the real tracks. And we will have to gain stage those, but that's a different segment. Right now, I'm just showing you some cool Reaper stuff. All right, so in the actions list up here, you go to show actions list. Anything you want to make a key command for, or automate, or change, or make your own, this is where you do it. So I am wanting to make folders. A folder in Reaper is basically like making a bus. It's the same way. You can route these the old school way with routing, but this is a video about how I do it. I like folders. They're fast and easy, and they work the same way, in my opinion. I've done some A and Bs and kind of felt stupid after a while and just... Anyway, on mine, I have it set to create folder to contain selected tracks of La Canessa. You just type that in, Google, search it. You'll find it, download it. It's in one of the free Reaper packs. It's very easy to install. Anyway, you can see I got it set to Control F. So that means I have these three tracks highlighted. Control F should make them a bus. Boom, it asks you what you want to name your bus. Name this one Kicks. And all the kicks are in one bus. One thing I also like to do to every mix is color code. So while I'm here and I'm bussing everything up and getting everything ready to mix, I have another actions list. You go to actions, just put color. It'll bring up every option that you can make anything for color. I have mine. I scrolled down to find the one I wanted. It was set selected tracks or items to custom color. I set it to Control X. To set that, you would go here and push Add, and push Control X is what I wanted. If it's taken, it will ask you if you want to override it. If it's not a key action you're already using, I don't see the harm in it. You can always go back and undo all this stuff. Anyway, so while we're there, Control X should be able to change the color of just these three tracks. I like my drums to be purple. Ah, nice. All right, so let's bust these two snares with Control F. Snares. Here, Control X. Purple. Awesome. Now I'll do the same for all four toms. Control F. And Control X. Nice. All four toms in their own bus. Now I'll take all the overheads. Control F. Control X. All my overheads are where they need to be. I will group all of these rooms. Control F. Control X. Now all my drums are purple. I will also, now all the drums are in individual buses. I want them in a bus together. So right click the top, that's all of them. Control F, drums. Now all of my drums should be in this bus. If I just want to hear the overheads, they are soloed out inside of said bus. Wait, let me just get the heads, unsolo all. Got the tom bus. Let's get some toms in there. Snares. Let's unsolo all and get the full drum bus. Ah, this guy, wow, check that out. He has 2 kicks. And he put his kicks on separate tracks. Oh, that is a man after my own heart. Ha! Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Anyway, moving on. That's the drums for this track. Let's go down to bass and see what's up with that. Solo wall. Solo out this bass. Another key command that I've set up for soloing stuff out. If you hold down Control and Alt and hover over anything, I'm going to let it play. I can do that by holding down Control, Alt, and hover. Whatever I hover over, when I push space, it'll solo it. Also a powerful key command that I set up myself. That's one that I've taken little bits from everybody and made my own. So let's bust this up. Control F, call it low bus. And I can tell just by looking at this one that it's going to clip. Another cool feature that I've added to my Reaper, if you go to Preferences, go to Appearance and Media, go to Item Volume Handles right here. I have mine set to right in the middle center of the item. If you can see right here, this line, if I grab it and pull it down, that's gain staging. That way this track won't clip and we won't have to cram down the volume. We'll go through and gain stage all these tracks, but that one you could tell just by looking at it that it wasn't going to fly. So I'll pull that one down. Let's go with like -6. See, it's not terribly, but setting up this handle in the middle of each track is super useful in my opinion. So let's color code these two. I like to make my basses yellow for caution. If you mix the bass wrong, you'll destroy your entire mix. Hence the caution. On electric guitars, this is guitar left and right. Folder them up as G-Bus. Color my guitars red. And as you can see, I'm doing this just barely even clicking around. Highlight these 3, Control F, lead bus, Control X, pink for you lead guitar players. There's going to be lots of lead guitar player jokes. Let's see. We have 3 lead vocals. Control F, E bus, Control X, and I color all my vocals green because that's where the money's at. Ask anyone who's ever been on the radio, they will back me up on that. No. Anyway, let's put all these backing vocals together. Control F, B, G, bus, X, make those a different shade of green, as they are. These look to be like samples and whatnot, so I will bust those up as sound effects. And I like all my samples and synths to be orange. So everything's color-coded except for this intro. And that intro I am going to drag down here. As you can see, all you got to do is drag it. Drag it into the bus. Boom. Control X. Now it's home with his buddies. Just like that. Everything is bussed up. Everything is color-coded. Pretty much ready to start mixing.
today, 'cause I will always be staying. Don't try to fool with me. Spell that I'm under, turning myself to the man that I want to be. I just want to play myself. You can't control what I say.
Yeah, that was easy. There's no plugins on this. None at all. All of that was done with just panning while I was listening. Pan my guitars, pan my drums to a drummer's perspective, which I'm a drummer. Pan my guitars hard left and hard right, just on the rhythms. I panned some backing vocals here, left and right, just because there's duplicates, as you can see. So I panned those just to give it some stereo. That vocal's a little bit hot. I'm gonna put the fader at 0.
The spell that I'm under, turning myself to the man that I want to be.
And that gain staged it properly. That way you didn't have to do it all with fader or with compression. Gain staging is, as you can see, these tracks are mostly all gain stage, you can tell, because they're not huge spiked waves, which, like that bass track, these guitar tracks, perfect. This bass track, I've had to pull down 6. I'm probably going to pull it down to 9. Just by looking at all the other tracks. Common sense. And that's supposed to be yellow. Caution. Later on in the mix, I'm going to make that distorted, make it ugly and dirty, but right now, about now is when I would start adding my EQs and stuff, just getting them set up. I'm going to show you one last cool thing about Reaper. So, I click Control A for every track. I use Slate Digital for pretty much all of my mixing, especially EQ, because they have the best analog emulations to my ears. They're the ones I like. So, I usually use virtual mix rack on every channel. So that's what I'm doing here. Instead of adding them one by one, I can right click and add to selected tracks. It might take a minute, but boom. This is also kind of one of my keys to mixing. This is what just loaded on every track, this instance of VMR, is how I mix. It is my go-to channel strip that pops up on everything first. I have the low cut at 35, high at 13, set to an SSL channel, Brit 4KE. I can play with volumes, but you can also gain stage stuff here. Let's check those guitars because they looked pretty good. Sorry, I'm still got every track selected. Okay. There we go. Still sounds kind of... These slate meters are common sense meters. I mean, what do you think could happen? If this turns red, it's bad. It's a dirty amp sound, and I would love to have a DI, but I don't. So I have to make that work. One thing for sure, just to show you how I do it, I'd go 120 cut on the low on this side. And 130 on this side. It's a little bit better. Like I said, that's ready to start mixing. I basically have the guitars ready. Yeah, so that's how I would start a mix, and showed you some of my cool Reaper stuff. Give me a like and a share. I'm just starting out doing all this stuff, kind of retired from music, as in I don't play in a band anymore. This is my life. This is what I live for. I'll see you next time.